Hello, this is Dr. Ramey. Welcome to week 8. This week, you're studying chapters 12, 13, and 14, and you'll be talking about grappling, which is struggling a bit through the learning process. Good questions there, a very important topic. A lot of times, this is where I find that I learn the most, especially when it comes to writing an APA style and things of that nature. So, one of my favorite questions on here is confusion a valuable or unavoidable step in the learning process? And I always have that conversation because when you're taking a college course, it usually takes a few weeks for students to get into the swing of things. And that feeling that we feel at the beginning is usually most uncomfortable. But as we work through and get to where we need to go in a course, first off, just the organization of it, that's also a part of grappling. However, when you get into the deeper processes, I do really notice the doctoral students is feeling their growth. I can feel it with them. So when you all are challenged in some of the things that you're doing, especially when you get to work on your dissertation, it will feel a lot like grappling. And I feel like it's part of the journey. It's not very linear in how you work on that. So, chapter 13, creative minds. Um, Good questions there. Hopefully, someone chooses to answer a question from there that we can respond to. My favorite one there is changes. Number 3 again. What kinds of changes at the school level might be necessary to foster creative thinking? Change is slow in education. So, if we can change, perhaps we're changing in a classroom level and then a school level, and much slower will it happen in a district. It all depends on the culture and the amount of time and effort that's put into these particular goals in mind as far as creating creative minds. The philosophical views have to match before any kind of change like this will be able to take place. And finally, chapter 14, the cognitive developmental approach to moral education. So here we have a lot of conversation going on with moral and civic education and the responsibility of the schools. And it's so interesting to see over the years where this has had its place. So just talking about norms, family norms, school cultures, its influences, moral development. Things changed this year when we had our shutdown of our schools and what it should look like. Definitely had been a different opinion for many different educational arenas. So, if obviously you can go on to any blog or site that has arguments for what's happening right now versus what should be versus what's not, and so forth. So, some good conversations this week I look forward to seeing. When you move forward to your next assignment, you'll be signing up for a case study group work. So you'll get points just for signing up. So once you sign up, you've earned those points. What you do want to do is make sure you're signing up with someone. So the first few people that make it to this assignment, you get to choose a case study. The rest of you may find that I'll need to put you with someone so that you do have a partner. We have a very small class. So please be one of the first to sign up so that you get to choose the case study. And this case study, we're putting our minds together to compare what we've learned along the way when it comes to our questions and asking those questions that seem to fall within the understandings of themes when it comes to the qualitative wording for each of the paradigms. And finally, your last portion this week is the quiz from your reading. So as you know, these are this is kind of the routine we have this week. So it seems like a pretty easy week. You might want to work ahead and prepare yourselves for your group work. When you look at here in the back on your group work, I have the case studies waiting for you. So you can work straight from this click and you'll find yourself already in there. Okay. Both people who are turning this in the future will turn in the same case study. And we'll go from there. So have a great week.